Buying manga is odd. We're in a day and age where you can pirate any and all types of media. Nothing is really safe. Movies, books, games, many things can be torrented or are just one Google search away. And while it may take some time to find a good free version of Marvel's The Avengers, I feel like manga's always been pretty easy to find for free. Now, this isn't a video about pirating or why you should pirate. It's more of the fact that manga has always been really easy to pirate. So why consider buying it? Even the best service for manga right now kind of circumvents buying a whole volume. A Viz Media membership makes it really easy for you to read a lot of manga essentially for free at about $2 a month. A combination of that and a plethora of sites with some amazing fan translations makes it kind of hard to support the industry. So why buy manga? Honestly, you don't even really have to. Even though, yeah, I buy manga, I'm not going to preach to you why you should or shouldn't do it. Some people don't have the money to do it. I used to not have it either. Honestly, I only do it because I like collecting things. Half the manga I own right now, I haven't even read physically. I just kind of have them because I've read them online. Hell, I own Volume 1 of Chainsaw Man, but I didn't even read it when I was rereading Chainsaw Man. I reread all of it on the Viz Media website. It's just kind of what I'm used to now. Well, in this video, I'll be going over that. 5 manga and why I bought them. Again, like the 5 random manga video, I won't be going too in-depth in these, but there are some that I'd love to go in-depth on. I'll just be saving those for their own videos. And to get out of the way, yes, I do think you should buy the 5 manga I'm going to bring up. It's up to you whether you do it or not. And for each of these series I'm going to bring up, the timestamp will be in the description. And with the intro out of the way, let's start off with Ragna Crimson is something I've wanted for the longest time. I don't mean I've wanted Ragna Crimson itself for the longest time. I've only just recently finished reading it and bought it. I'm saying I've wanted the premise of Ragna Crimson for the longest time. Like, imagine Naruto going Bijou mode on Kakashi during the bell test, or Ichigo Bankaiing the first hollow that he met. That idea always makes my blood boil when reading manga. Ragnar, our main character, is weak. He can't slay a dragon nor protect a 12-year-old. But all that changes when he from the future, someone at the peak of strength, gives all his memories and strength to past Ragna. He then proceeds to go fucking crazy on the dragons. And while the premise really drew me into Ragna Crimson, it's still overall really solid. There's ups and downs, and while Ragna is technically OP, he still has to get used to a power that was bestowed upon him. And when I say ups and downs, I mean ups and downs. At one moment, Ragna Crimson can be the best manga I've ever read, and at other moments, I just want to drop it. But with art like this and a premise so promising, I can't not recommend you read it. The only problem is that the really early translations of Ragna Crimson are pretty horrid. That's honestly one of the main reasons I bought Ragna Crimson. I wanted to know what the manga really wanted to convey. And reading the actually good translated and cleaned up pages made Ragna Crimson a lot better for me than when I first read it. And while I got excited when I saw Ragna Crimson on the shelves, a series that I bought instantly was My Dress-Up Darling was by far my favorite manga in my collection. This is one of the most wholesome and heartwarming manga you'll ever read. And when I say I instantly bought it, I mean I instantly bought it. I only went into Books A Million for a couple minutes before getting a table for a restaurant. Mind you, I knew we were coming back to look at even more manga, but when I saw My Dress-Up Darling, I grabbed all 4 volumes that I saw, went right to the counter, and bought it. Before we even came back. That's how much I wanted it. I did not want anyone else to buy them because I wanted them that bad. It's hard to describe My Dress-Up Darling, but the main reason why I bought it was how it shows hobbies. It hits really close to home to me. Having hobbies that you can't really talk to anyone about because they're kind of weird. You hide them away, and yeah, maybe online you'll find someone to talk to about. I'm sure you can find a lot of people to talk about a hobby with online. But in person, finding someone with the same enthusiasm that you have for this hobby is nearly impossible to find sometimes. But if My Dress-Up Darling shows anything, it's that regular people can and will support whatever you do. They may not know what you're talking about and may use the wrong words to describe what you really are enthusiastic about, but they do care and they will support you. You can't always find someone like Kirigawa or Gojo that'll just join you in your endeavors, but that doesn't mean you can't express your love for things that you truly enjoy. Your hobbies make you interesting, whatever they may be. Also, Kirigawa and Gojo's relationship is cute, yeah, but the real rom-com I bought for the romance would be The Dangers in My Heart has to be my favorite rom-com that I own. And I own Watakoi, My Dress-Up Darling, and Kaguya-sama. The art isn't the best, and the plot itself isn't that out of the ordinary. It's just that the slow burn relationship of Ichikawa and Yamada feels real to me. They're middle schoolers. Unlike other series where it takes a long time for the relationship to progress, it makes sense for them to have the relationship that they have. They're super young and inexperienced with this stuff. They're not in high school. I mean, to begin with, Yamada doesn't even realize Ichikawa exists. And when she does realize he exists, she uses him as a trash can. On the other hand, Ichikawa resents the entire student body. And while at the start he's edgy and goes about killing, deep down he's a nervous kid that just doesn't fit in. And at the beginning, to him, Yamada is just another one of those student body. Someone he resents. Someone he's nervous about. And it's not until later where these characters really start to open up to each other. We only get Ichikawa's perspective, but you can tell that while he starts to have feelings for Yamada, Yamada starts to have feelings for him as well. They just show it differently. Like, Ichikawa kind of helps from the sidelines, but Yamada takes it very head on, just trying to talk to Ichikawa more and more and more. This accumulates to a youthful relationship, one filled with nerves and yearning, one that I think is more realistic than most high school rom-coms. And I bought it because of that, not because it's some extravagant isekai, like Uncle from Another World is one of the only isekai in my collection. I want the retelling of Takafumi's uncle's otherworldly adventures. That's cool, right? He probably had the average isekai adventure, right? Filled with pretty girls and saving the world. Yeah, but why do they hate Oji-san so much? Isekai Oji-san is just so dark and melancholic. Every single time we look back on the other world, Oji-san is just getting done dirty. He gets beat up upon arrival because he looks like an orc. And the only person that kind of treats him well, this pretty elf woman, Oji-san sees it as just pure hatred. The person who's honestly the closest to him, he thinks despises him. And yeah, that's on him. She has good intentions, but from his perspective, everyone hates him. However, when he comes back, using the magic he learns, he and Takafumi enjoy themselves. Oji-san finally returns to the world of Sega, and Takafumi gets to watch the otherworldly adventures with his childhood friend. It's an interesting take on the isekai genre. Oji-san is overpowered as shit like most MCs, but instead of enjoying himself in the other world, he's enjoying himself after it, back in our world. And while I can praise Isekai Oji-san for its plot, the real reason I bought it was because of the art. Disgusting, simple, unpolished, sure, but it makes it eye-catching. It's a joy to look at. There's life in every panel. And this is on purpose. You can tell, the author knows how to draw. The pretty girls show this. Personally, I think their style is just amazing. Not to mention the backgrounds. They're just stellar. I know what world we're in at all times. Oji-san's the only character where you might get confused where they're at, but the backgrounds make it so you never get confused. Be it the furniture in his apartment or the dozens of people, it helps a lot, and I really appreciate that. The art is amazing in Isekai Oji-san. To put it really simple, it's everything I'd want in an art style. But another series with an amazing art style is Dai Dark is quirky, but I mean that in the best way possible. It's a full package. As I said, the art is amazing. Much like Isekai Oji-san, there's this imperfectness to it, which makes it really nice to look at. There's also this wackiness. Starting off, I had absolutely no idea where Dai Dark was gonna go. Zaha's bones grant wishes. How the fuck does everyone in the galaxy know that? But now I appreciate them bringing it up and not explaining it. It adds to the world building. What I don't understand, I don't understand. But what I do understand, I absolutely love. What's also super interesting is the inhuman side characters. A skeleton backpack, death, an immortal man. It really makes Mr. Meatballs and Spaghetti here seem unique in this world. And while he is unique in this world, his bones grant wishes. Everything being so alien makes this human in a cloak really stand out somehow. I bought Dai Dark for everything it has to offer. Its unexpectedness fascinates me to my bones. That don't grant wishes. The art is self-explanatory, and the humor is just very nonchalant. It doesn't even try and it makes me chuckle. This may be the shortest instance of me explaining why I love these mangas, but it's because I can really summarize it into one sentence. I appreciate Dai Dark. Thanks for watching. I have a lot more manga that I'd love to explain why I bought, so if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you like and subscribe. I am still working on that long video, which, in hindsight, probably isn't gonna be too long. So, I guess you could say the anticipation is killing me more than it's killing you. No matter what, though, if you want more of me, my socials are in the description, as they always are. And with that, hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.